was like one of those.
Yeah, we back again, man. The CTB, Chin Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy Jay Slay. So what up to him, man?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Most definitely here. About to hit y'all with another quick chin check video. Today's chin check topic is about, of course, the one and the only Jermell Charlo, who gave an interview. The link will be in the description with Brian Custer. He said something interesting also in that video. He pretty much talked about his brother, his twin brother, who fights at 160, who's a WBC champion at 160, Jermell Charlo. Jermell said he don't see himself moving up to 160 because he want his brother to reign that division. So they had us thinking here at CTB, man. What do you see Jermell Charlo doing there? Do you see him staying at 154 or what? So I'm gonna let you ask the question first. Answer the question first. What do you think would be the best moves for Jermell?
I mean, it depends on what he wants. I mean, because the thing is, if he goes up to 160, you got other belts that could be available, but I mean, his brother can't get the belts already, so what makes him think he gonna get those, those shots at those other belts? But if he becomes undisputed, he becomes the mandatory for, the WBO belt and, some of them other belts. So he could get an automatic shot just by being a mandatory. But if he stays at 154, he can make some big money fights there because you have Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, who seem to be on a collision course for later on this year, but one of them has the win, so the winner is a big money fight for him. And I know people saying Earl Spence is his stablemate, but the interesting thing about that, if he's saying that I'm staying at 154 because I don't want to step on my brother's toes, then if Earl Spence was to move up to 154, which I believe he would do, win or lose against Terrence Crawford, what does that mean for him and Earl Spence?
Yeah, that's a good question. I agree. He pretty much between a rock and a hard place if he does beat Castano, because he was, like you said, he will stay at 154, and Spence is bound to move up. So he pretty much had to choose between fighting his friend and stablemate or moving up and stepping on his brother's toes at 160, because he'll be undisputed at 154. So he will be a mandatory for most belts at 160 if he decided to move up. So he would most likely get the title shots over his brother, which would be fucked up since his brother's been in the longest. So that's why I kind of understand what he said about not stepping on his brother's toes by doing that. But I think he's a little too old to move down in weight. I was just thinking about that when he was talking. I was about to say he can move down in weight and, pick apart what Spence leaves. But I don't. He's at 31, 32 years old now. I don't see him dropping down those pounds to go to welterweight. I don't see that. So I'm like you, man. I don't know, man. Do he want to give up some of those belts so Spence can fight for him, or will Spence just say fuck the belts? I'm just gonna fight whoever for legacy purposes until whatever.